This is not where you guys thought I would be today. Oh man, we are live this morning here at a recycling facility here in Seminole County, and tomorrow is National Recycling Day. And if you tuned in this morning, you're probably like, you guys were covering a story about winter gardening not wanting to recycle. Well, I'm out here in Seminole saying you still gotta do it. So that's what we're out here talking about today, the importance of recycling. Like, I'm a recycler, guys. I have the bins. Me and the wife make sure that we pick and we're sorting things out. And something I learned a few years ago when I joined News, you do learn a few things from us here now and then, is the fact that your Publix or your grocery store shopping bags are not recyclable. Did you know that? Because I sure as heck did not. And I can't tell you how many of those bags I have thrown into the recycling bin before. So here is, this is their facility. Give you some information on the facility here. It is in Seminole County. We are in the Longwood area. This area is located right here off of 419, State Road 419. This is the Central Transfer Station. So what you're looking at here is kind of a distribution area. So they have areas for commercial motor vehicles, which is the center travel lane here, excuse me. And then citizen drop-off. You as a citizen can come out here and drop off recycled material. And it's a great, just a really good location. So it's at 1950 State Road 419 out in Longwood. And with National Recycling Day being tomorrow, they're working on the education campaign and really just trying to highlight the importance of recycling, what gets recycled, what doesn't. And they're super focused on not only the usual bottle, cardboard, glass, and whatnot, you know, all that stuff, but also the recycling initiatives tied to a time this year to like the campaign Sign Recycling, e-waste after Black Friday, recycling cooking oil after Thanksgiving, food waste diversions, wrapping paper, and of course, cardboard boxes around that Christmas time. And this facility is under some construction, but I tell you, when I got out here, I didn't expect it to be as clean as it is, but it's a recycling facility. It is not a full-on trash facility. So it doesn't smell that bad. Guys, I tell you, I've got a horrible stomach. I have had a career of some pretty crazy stuff, and I do not do well with smells under any capacity. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. But when it comes to that stuff, that big box stuff, you need to kind of be aware. You need to check the material and, of course, always break it down. You know, just throwing a box out there, it really takes up a lot of space. But breaking down the boxes allows them to process more and things like that. So what I wanted to do was take you through the facility this morning, and then we're going to take a little bit of break. We're going to try something new here, take a break, a 2-minute break, and then hop back on and do a little demonstration with some of the amazing people that they have out here at the facility, some of their communications that really have a passion about recycling. So let's take a drive. Let's go through the waste facility here so we can just see what everything looks like, right? All right, so the front of the camera activated. And what you're going to see when you pull into this location at the Seminole County Recycling Receiving Area is a lot of traffic signs. You got to pay attention. So obviously there's a stop sign here, and the primary reason for the stop sign is so that you know where you're going. So if you look here, commercial trucks. If you don't know if you're a commercial truck or not, and you just left your house, you're probably citizen drop-off. We are not a commercial hauler. We're not a commercial truck. So we are going to go to the far right side. And as you come around here, it's pretty self-explanatory. They have more signs than they need, but then again, it is traffic and you guys are driving, so more signs the merrier. So you follow the citizen drop-off sign. If you look right there, it says no citizen access, but this one says citizen drop-off area, approach slowly. So we will approach this area slowly. As you come up to the ramp here, you're going to pay attention, and it's going to say all the signs, citizen drop-off area, and then no smoking permitted, and do not enter until directed. Obviously, look at these birds. These birds know they can probably get a snack out here to some capacity, and they're hanging out. So we're going to wait, and we're going to follow the instructions just like it was instructed on the sign there. Again, we are covering the Seminole County recycling and receiving area. You can see they're constantly cleaning it up, keeping it nice and groomed up. Even pedestrian workers out there making sure that this facility does stay clean. And I think that's pretty important. I know it's important to me. It should be important to you. With trash and all that stuff comes critters, and we don't want critters hanging out here while you're driving through. So what they're doing right now is one of the staff out here is cleaning up, and there's a word I'm looking for. Pretty much just trying to make sure that it stays consolidated. I need these birds to move, please. And you can see here, all recycled material. Heavy equipment, always trying to keep it clean. And then look how fast it gets clean here. It's insane. Then boom, looks like a normal warehouse. Pretty cool stuff. I know recycling may not sound cool, but when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it and the logistics of what it takes to make things recyclable, there is an entire process. And we're going to actually speak to someone from the office here and learn a little bit about what you should be doing, what can be done, and what's really recyclable and what's not. So as we swing around here, there is so much going on out here. I noticed also there's construction equipment out here getting cleaned up and stuff like that, some concrete things. So gotta always just make sure you're disposing of your waste properly. I spoke with Andy Watan. She is the amazing public information officer for Seminole County, and she is a former journalist. So she's so accommodating, guys. Anytime I need something either from the Animal Center or things like that, they are ready to make it happen. So we're gonna swing around here. What's really cool, News 6 Drell Baker is already out here this morning, and he is going to be covering this story for the noon segment. So we're going to get swung around so that we can prep for the show-off portion of this adventure, because they are going to set up a nice little demo for us out here. All right, guys, so if you stay tuned in, I will be back with you in a couple of minutes. So stay tuned. We're going to have a cool demonstration. I'll see you guys in a few. All right, guys, we're back out here this morning, and we're back out of the truck, and we are going to kind of hang out with these guys a little bit and let them show us on how this kind of works, what's going on, what do we think we're doing right at home. Probably not a lot of it. I learned the whole trash bag thing. Not supposed to recycle that stuff. But I'm here with Seminole County, the professionals, the ones that know what's going on. Sir, how are you doing this morning?
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. If you can introduce yourself to everybody out here.
I'm Adamir Dasney. I'm the recycling program coordinator here at Seminole County.
You got to have a passion for recycling if you're the recycling coordinator, right?
Right? You're making sure that we do things the right way, more than anything else.
So what is probably the most common misconception when it comes to recycling? Like the number one thing.
So a lot of people get confused thinking that their stuff doesn't get recycled in the first place.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot of the confusion comes between you go and you see these trucks,
right?
And the trucks all look the same.
That's true.
And then they come to a place like here, and your trash comes here, your recyclables come here, all of that comes to the same location. So it's really easy to think that, oh, I just put it curbside and it just went to the same place as the trash.
Right. So what do we have here? What are you showing us?
Yeah, so I just wanted to take a moment just to look through the different stuff that we have and easy mistakes we tend to make. So, for example, in our recyclables, curbside specifically, we have pizza boxes. Right? Cardboard is 100% recyclable, but when it's soaked in grease like this, it could be terrible. And I know, after watching a football game or anything like that, right, when it's really fresh, that grease can then leak into your container, which can then contaminate everything else that's in there.
So the grease from our food on the product that we think we're recycling, once we throw it in there, not happening.
Not at all, because it messes up the process once it actually gets to the facility. So you want to make sure that your recyclables are clean.
Okay. But this right here, these oil stains would make this contaminated.
Correct.
So when I'm leaving a pizza crust in there and I'm tossing it in my recycling bin, I'm not being a very good recycler.
Not at all. You want to make sure that if you are getting pizza and it has that parchment paper in there that's kind of keeping that box clean, then you got a better shot.
Would this be considered trash at this point?
It would be trash.
Got it. So pizza boxes, guys, after eating, out. What else we got?
So then we kind of have some of our typical plastics, right? Your water bottles, your jugs, completely recyclable. They're fine to go curbside. One of the things that get people really confused are plastics. Right? There are different types of plastics. We have stuff from thicker jugs to water bottles to your shopping bags.
I learned about this specifically just a few years ago, and it's like, no, that's trash.
Yeah, it is trash. You can recycle these at specific locations, so at your grocery store or any other drop-off location. But if you're not going to one of those places and it's curbside.
So the residential kind of recycling, when they're picking it up, maybe like mine's tonight. I have to put it out tonight. Don't do any of that.
Yeah.
I've been asked before the caps to bottles and stuff like that. So I travel a lot, and overseas they do an amazing job at making sure that cap stays attached to the bottle because it's recyclable.
Yes.
Can you talk about that? That's just a myth. You can recycle the caps to your bottles, and you should be doing that.
Yeah, there's no problem with keeping the bottle caps on. Now, you don't want to keep corks on to a wine bottle or anything like that. That can't go through the system, but your typical bottle cap or anything, you're completely fine to go ahead and leave that. There's a lot of things that have changed in recycling over the years. For a very long time, let's say we'll take one of your cans, right? We used to take these labels off. Right? That's not really necessary.
You don't have to do that anymore.
It's not necessary anymore.
I remember doing that as a kid.
Right?
Yes, I do remember that.
Things have changed over the years. We have better technologies for a lot of these things.
Right.
Now, we do want to keep to the same habits. Tin cans, plastic bottles, paper, those types of things. As long as we're hitting our main glass bottles, hitting our main items, we're fine. But you don't have to be as specific about taking stuff out. The biggest thing is making sure organics, making sure food contamination isn't on any.
Would you encourage people washing their products before throwing it into the recycling bin? Like, if you're at the sink and you're tossing into the bag anyway, why not just rinse them out?
Yeah, you might as well, right? And for two reasons. One, to get rid of some of those organics, and two, For example, for me, I'll cook dinner on Thursday night. I know recycling's coming the next day. I'm setting it out on the side of the porch, and I really don't want a whole bunch of gnats and flies.
I hear you, man. I hear you
around.
loud and clear on that.
Right? So it's just for your own peace of mind and convenience.
So when we're putting our recycles in a trash bag, should we just be putting them organically into the bin and dumping that, or is it okay to have that trash bag filled of recycles?
Yeah, so you'll notice here that this is without a liner. And it's without a trash bag liner because just like that shopping bag, it's the same issue.
Okay.
Right? So you want to place it in. And again, the reason why you can clean stuff out and to think about it is that's less stuff leaking out onto your porch or onto your patio and those types of things. So what I encourage people to do, if they do want to place something underneath or an absorbent pad underneath the recycling bin, they can go ahead and do that just to kind of keep that area clean. But placing it in a trash bag into the bin isn't going to work.
You're blowing my mind right now because I live in Seminole County. I am a Seminole County resident. I live out in Lake Mary, and we don't have these. We've got the big ones that look similar to the trash bin. So for years, I have a trash bin inside my house that's dedicated to recycling, but all I'm doing is throwing it into a bag. What are you guys doing with that bag? Or is it simply you going, I can't recycle this trash?
Yeah, so the way the process ends up working is as soon as it gets here, it's then sent to our recycling facility.
Okay, which we're here.
Yeah, so actually here is a transfer station. So this is where people tend to get confused.
Educate us, man.
So when we come to the central transfer station, picture that as just like a fork in the road.
Okay.
So your trash is going to start going in one direction towards your landfill. Your recyclables are going to go over towards our recycling facility, which is in Brevard County.
Wow. Okay.
So over there at our Cocoa facility, they have optical sorters and all those types of things, and they actually have people there to also look at some of the items and pull stuff out. The issue with putting stuff in garbage bags, if it looks like trash,
they're going to just trash it.
They may just pull it off and put it in the trash.
But if they hear the clinking in the cans, could they possibly open it up?
They could possibly, but here on the county side, we can't sit here and say, like, for sure that's what's going to happen, because of course they're doing their job and they're trying to see as much material as possible.
We're talking thousands and I can't even say pounds or tons because I don't even know. It's extreme.
Yeah, so coming through this facility alone, we saw somewhere around 19,000 tons last fiscal year in just recyclables.
That's a lot of recyclables.
Yeah, and we want to get that number up and make sure that we're doing it the right way. One of the cool things about Seminole County is we have some of the cleanest stream of recyclable materials.
Interesting.
So because you take the time to separate curbside, it means that it's less work on the workers. We're getting more bang for your buck. Some of the stuff can be turned into more materials more often. Right, so we have a higher rate of those things becoming products.
Are there any turnover here in Seminole that you guys are using any of the recycled material for anything specific, or you guys are just solely your mission focused on recycle as much as you can?
Yeah, so it's two-pronged, right? So when we think about recycling, it even goes beyond just your curbside.
Okay.
Stuff like your yard waste is also recyclable, and here at Seminole County we end up using that at our landfill for cover and different projects.
So you're not digging other places up, you're using the stuff we're getting rid of.
Absolutely. And the way residents can help us with that is by removing plastic bags on the curb, right?
I like how you keep inserting that just a little bit.
Yeah.
Get rid of the plastic bags, guys. Yeah.
Just a little bit, and think about it differently.
Right. So aluminum.
Good to go.
Good
plastic.
to go. So your to-go meals and stuff like that, when you're ordering your Uber and all that stuff.
So
we're going to break it down. Break it down.
Again, you're looking at your organics.
Okay,
right?
so you want to make sure that the food's not in there anymore.
Yeah, and so the tough thing...
that's pretty clean.
Yeah, and the tough thing with these is like a good chunk of the time, a lot of us are kind of lazy with that, and so if you're not going to take the time to actually clean it out and everything...
Throw it away.
Just throw it away. And here on the trash side, we'll get a lot of this stuff.
Oh, the Wawa mess.
Right? So even though it is plastic, we think it's recyclable. Again, you see how that's caked in organics and stuff. You're not going to really clean that stuff out.
No.
So the best thing you can do is be honest with yourself as a resident. Right?
You are dropping facts, man. I like this.
And if you're honest with yourself and you just do it the right way for the little items here and there, you can have a huge impact. We're not talking about like life-changing decisions, just small ones.
Right, and if we're all doing it as a community,
Absolutely.
this county could see a huge difference in its input and output of recycles.
Yeah, absolutely. A fun fact I like to tell people,
please.
so if we just stopped recycling altogether today, we would automatically lose 4 years of airspace in our landfill.
Instantly.
Right? And that's with nothing that's not accounting for population
I stopped breathing
change.
when you said that. I was like, oh man.
Right? So it is no cheaper or better to stop recycling. What we're talking about is resource management.
Right.
Right? So it's
You
not...
don't sound like a therapist, man. You're like giving me a therapy class here, like kind of like, look, you just need to make the decision to do it. It's that simple.
Right, and it's not that we have to do these huge programs or anything like that, but smarter curbside, understanding what can go in, plastics, tins, glass, paper, understanding the locations that we can drop stuff off, and making small changes. Take a reusable bag to the grocery store.
I like it.
Knowing that your yard trash is also part of the system, right? Recycling should be a last resort. How you reduce and you reuse your footprint should be the first ones.
Right. You should be taking the measures on your own at home.
Absolutely.
And then relying on the waste that goes out to kind of sort it out properly. This is the thing behind it. Just talk to me real quick a little bit about it, just because it's here, it's big, it's green. Is this something you guys bring around? Is this something that's stationed somewhere? Is this like a demo of some type?
So this is actually stationed out over at our landfill, because sometimes when people are bringing trash out there, still giving them the option to do some quick recycling.
Okay.
Now, I do end up taking it out with me to educational events. When we are doing larger events or anything like that, it's staged there, also providing that recycling option for people while they're walking around.
My last question I have for you, are you required to break down your boxes?
Are you required?
Or is that just a thing that we are doing as a community to make it convenient and easy and be polite for those that are picking it up?
Yes, and, right?
Okay.
And it's yes, and, because if you break down your boxes, you can fit more.
Okay.
Right. And so, again, especially during the holiday time,
Right.
You're going to have a lot of boxes coming in.
I hope so.
Breaking it down makes makes the most sense. Also, it's just part of being a good neighbor, right?
Okay.
And the people working and collecting this stuff, let's help them out.
Yeah, it's a pain.
Right.
So if I'm just throwing like my small little box in there, it's still going to get recycled.
Yes,
even
it'll
if it's a small
still
one.
get recyclable or recycled. If it fits in your bin, you're good.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, sir. Looks
thanks
like
for
you're going to
coming.
be pretty busy out here with News 6 today. But I appreciate you guys and the mission that you guys are doing out here. I think it's important. I know my wife thinks it's really important, and she got me to start recycling a few years ago. And then she'll yell at me when certain things are in the trash and stuff like that. But I'm big on it, and I think you guys are doing a great job. So
Thanks for coming out.
no, I appreciate all the information. So you guys see, look, myths, facts, all that stuff, but the goal is to ultimately just do it right. Take the time. Actually sort the stuff out. Something I never knew in my life. The pizza box stuff. Oil alone messes up and can contaminate anything, really, when it comes to food. Those plastic to-go things and stuff like that. Look, if you're going to recycle, at least try to do it the right way. Rinse things out. Sort them out, break down your boxes, and I love the fact that he reiterated this. Your trash bags, your Publix bags, your grocery store bags are not recyclable. They are trash. Now, there are some certain locations for things like that, but curbside, not going to be it. So be a good neighbor, help protect the environment. We can all do a little bit part here to make sure that we're getting results here in our community and all throughout Central Florida. So for now, live here at the Recycling Distribution Center, kind of loud. I'll talk to you guys later.